Hey everyone, welcome to Sidetrack Adventures. This is Steve. Right now we're south of San Diego in Chula Vista, and today we're going to be exploring what's been called the most haunted road in California. Now we've had a number of requests to come out here and explore this place, especially any time I mention that I don't believe in ghosts. But this road is also associated with a number of other urban legends as well, including most famously the Proctor Valley Monster. Now I've read about this place for years, but there's really only one way to find out what's out here, and that's to come out here for ourselves. So today, let's explore Proctor Valley Road. The stories of strange things happening in Proctor Valley go back at least to the 1940s, but the road through the valley is much older than that. Stretching from Bonita to Jamul, the road once traveled through a pretty empty section of San Diego County, an area that was ripe for tales of ghosts and monsters. And while a lot of the area has been built up, the section we'll be driving through today still looks largely as it would have 100 years ago. We are now traveling on the west end of Proctor Valley Road, and the scariest part of this section of the road is probably the home prices, but in a couple of miles, the pavement should end, and we'll be traveling through the San Diego National Wildlife Refuge. So now we're on the more remote part of Proctor Valley Road, and to be as scientifically accurate as possible, I bought a cheap ghost detector on Amazon, so at every stop we'll pull this out and see if we detect any ghosts. Once we hit the dirt road, this area quickly empties out, though every year, development pushes further and further into the valley. Years ago, most of this land would have been occupied by ranches, but now, most of the land on the southeast side of the road is part of the wildlife refuge. There are a number of hiking and biking trails in this area, and this seems like a pretty peaceful place to explore that isn't too far from the city. The trail we're on right now heads to the Upper Otay Reservoir, which I believe is the smallest reservoir in San Diego County. They actually created the Upper Otay Reservoir in 1959 as a hatchery for Florida largemouth bass. As far as I know, there are no ghost stories associated with the reservoir, but I have read that some really large bass have been caught there. And it looks like the lake is only open 3 days a week. But there is the Upper Otay Reservoir. Alright, so let's head further down the road and talk about some of the legends associated with this place. Plus, I doubt the ghosts would want to haunt the pickleball court anyway. I guess before we go, we should scan this for ghosts. Nope, looks like we're ghost-free. Before I get into the urban legends, we should probably talk about the real history of Proctor Valley. While urban sprawl has started creeping in here, this valley was once so remote, it wasn't named until the late 1800s. In 1890, Sally Proctor, who was the widow of a well-known at the time English astronomer, Richard A. Proctor, had the idea to build an observatory on San Miguel Mountain. She traveled up the mountain several times to check it out, and then in June 1890, she took a party to the base of the mountain in this still unnamed valley. The observatory was never built, but the valley was eventually given the name Proctor Valley, though I'm not sure if it was in honor of the astronomer or Sally Proctor. Eventually, ranchers moved into the valley, and had we come here 60 years ago, we'd probably see a lot of cattle here. The ranchers would later take issue with people coming out here looking for monsters. It's hard to believe that we're only a couple of miles from the city of Chula Vista right now. And in a small geographical footnote, we just crossed the San Bernardino Meridian, which is a line that all land in Southern California is surveyed off of. And while we're here at this wash, we should probably make sure there are no ghosts. And it looks like we're ghost free. Now, to get into what makes this the most haunted road, there are stories involving everything from murderers to aliens out here. But there are three main urban legends that we'll go over. One of the popular legends about this road is that of a phantom hitchhiker, said to be a woman in a blue or white dress. There are a lot of different stories about her origin, with some saying she was a girl who died in an accident on prom night trying to get home, or she was the victim of a horrible crime, trying to get revenge on her killers, or any number of other stories. The legends also seem to disagree on what happens if you pick her up, with some saying she'll kill you, and others saying she'll kill you if you don't pick her up. I guess you just have to take your chances if you see a hitchhiking ghost. Our ghost detector just started going crazy. I don't know how well you can see the screen here, but it is off the charts right now. Have we found the haunted part of the road? Is the phantom hitchhiker near? Or is it these power lines? There's a blank sign here with only a drawing of a brontosaurus on it. I don't know of any dinosaurs that have been seen out here, but the most famous legend of Proctor Valley is the Proctor Valley Monster. So this is probably a good time to talk about the monster, especially because this tree has been associated with it. This is a pretty common urban legend all over the place, but the story goes, some teenagers stopped under this tree after some engine trouble. The boyfriend gets out to check out the car, but never comes back. The girl is frightened and stays in the car. All through the night she hears scratching noises. When the sun comes up, she gets out and finds her boyfriend hanging from the tree, his feet scraping against the roof of the car, killed by the Proctor Valley Monster. The Proctor Valley Monster is kind of this area's Bigfoot, though it's supposed to look more like a cow than an ape, sort of like a minotaur. The first sightings of it were reported in the 1940s, and by the 1960s, newspaper stories were being written about it frequently, much to the annoyance of area ranchers. On one hunt for the monster, 4 cows were shot. The monster is definitely the best documented of all the strange things that are said to be out here in Proctor Valley. The Bonita History Museum even has a cast of one of its footprints. Now, I don't know if this ghost detector is good for detecting monsters, but let's scan the tree real quick. And it doesn't look like we're getting any readings, so I don't know about monsters, but no ghosts. Maybe we spoke too soon. The third popular urban legend about this road is that a demon car haunts it. Apparently people will be driving down this road, and all of a sudden there will be a pair of headlights behind them, gaining on them. No matter how fast they drive, the headlights will keep getting closer. To make matters worse, no one ever sees a car, just the headlights and a solid black mass. The headlights will supposedly chase you until you get to where the pavement begins, where they will once again disappear into the darkness. We've just come across maybe the scariest thing we've seen out here so far, an abandoned hot tub. And of course the hot tub is right next to a sign that says, "No dumping." I guess we should probably take a closer look at it. You never know, this might be the beginning of a new urban legend. The haunted hot tub of Proctor Valley. It doesn't look like the hot tub is in great shape. Maybe the monster got a hold of it. But let's check it out, see if it's haunted. Nope, no reading. No ghosts in this hot tub. There might not be any ghosts, and this might turn out to be a bad idea, but let's see if there's any snakes or anything else underneath the hot tub. While the haunted hot tub may not be an urban legend about this place just yet, there have been a number of other strange stories about this road, and the road has started to become more than just a local legend. There have been some low-budget movies made about it, and a few years ago, there was a comic book series co-written by Grant Morrison, the award-winning writer of Doom Patrol, Animal Man, and Batman, called Proctor Valley Road. I read online somebody saying that GPS doesn't work out here because of the antennas on San Miguel Mountain. Well, here's San Miguel Mountain right over here, and I could say that we've had no issues with GPS and have had cell service the entire time. We've survived Proctor Valley Road and made it to the town of Jamul, but I feel like to get the full experience, we need to be out here at night. I mean, you can't expect to see phantom headlights in the daytime. So we're gonna go grab something to eat, and in a few hours, we'll be back out here to experience Proctor Valley Road at night. Okay, so we're back out here. The sun's gone down. So let's see if any ghosts or monsters come out at night. And of course, we still have our $13 ghost detector with us as well. We are surrounded by civilization, but there is very little man-made light in this valley. Mix that with very few people traveling this road, and you can see how this place has become ripe for spooky stories. Whether anything supernatural is out here or not, I'm glad Proctor Valley is here, if nothing more than to see what the area would have looked like before it was filled with people. Hopefully this footage is coming out okay. It's so hard to film at night, so I apologize in advance for that. But I saw these bricks when we were driving through during the day, but we didn't stop, so I figured I better stop now and find out if these bricks are haunted. Nope, it doesn't look like the bricks are haunted. So let's continue down the road. Here's the monster's tree again. The unpaved part of this road is only about 5 miles long, so we're really running out of chances for any supernatural encounters here. A lot of planes flying into San Diego fly over here, so I wonder if that would explain some of the strange lights people have seen. We might as well give the tree one more scan. And still no ghosts. Unfortunately, we didn't find any monsters, and our $13 ghost detector didn't pick up anything but power lines. But that's our look at the supposedly most haunted road in California, Proctor Valley Road. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and we'll see you next week.